Dragon Knight, tons of magic damage. And it's funny because Dragon Knight wants to push your tower, but actually you can't do that against Puck. You walk up the hill, you're going to get decrypted into a blast, and you lose half your health every time.
If he will snag the bounty rune, but it may cost him his life as he is going to use the purification. Fear's got another poison attack in two. He will use it. And meanwhile, Faith will get first blood onto Crit in the top lane.
Newbee
still ticking down. KP is actually going to make it out alive unless Misery can get a good angle with an auto attack here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The purification comes in.
My god, Mott, that mushroom hat makes Furion so heavy, he just can't catch him.
Too heavy, cannot catch the Omni Knight. All of his bulk. He is also salved up for KP. But Arteezy is going to be heading to the top lane, and it's going to be against the tri-lane. Kaka is already here looking for Crit. He has dropped a ward for Kaka on the high ground, and Crit will be run at for the most part. And, well, for both of the offlaners, it might be tough. KP's going to have a bit of a rough time. For Arteezy, he also might struggle at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, it gets better, though. It's not that hard of a lane matchup for the Lifestealer. Pretty tanky hero, very survivable. But yeah, this mid lane, once Pugna gets some levels over the Dragon Knight, it gets so hard.
Yeah. He does have a decent amount of regen for SCCC. He's got the South. He has 2 shared tangos plus a set of tangos of his own. Yeah. So he's clearly prepared to take all out of this damage in this mid lane.
Yeah, I would say level 5 and 6 is where it gets really hard for the Dragon.
And Arteezy running through the trees, trying to juke and jive against Kaka and Faith. Just giving Mugi free farm again. Mugi is going to be able to do a lot with getting absolute free farm with tree grab. He is skilled at the avalanche tree grab.
And look at this rotation. Furion comes up to the top lane. Oh,
Rage will go, the cast will bounce, but it does nothing. And now, actually, it's going to be Faith is the one that's in trouble. He will pop the Maledict. Misery's still going to work. They get the burrow strike off. Faith is low. The avalanche comes in. Faith one auto attack. It will be a 1-for-1 trade, but Misery does get dropped down first. And that's pretty good for Newbee, but a good rotation coming in from Misery onto the Nature's Prophet.
Kaka flexing his experience there. He holds the stun for so long so that Arteezy can't come in to right-click at all. And then he actually manages to line up the double stun there. Crucial in that engagement.
We actually see Kaka going for the full wand. We've seen a lot more, not only just like 4 positions, but 1 position is going for the full wand at the start of the game.
Yeah, the 4 position full wand rush is very interesting. I don't know how to feel about that.
Need more sample size.
Not enough data.
Exactly. Yeah. 13 last hits for the Dragon Knight in the mid lane for SCCC, so he's still holding his own, but like you said, once Sumail gets these levels, the Nether Blast start doing more damage. They have rotated Kaka. They're trying to put some pressure on Sumail, but Sumail sees this coming. They have an Observer Ward at the top bounty rune, which probably spotted the movements of Kaka roaming down to the mid lane. So Kaka's just going to try to put some pressure and get SCCC a little bit more experience and room to work with. Yeah,
not too much he can really do, though. DK, no mana, just a big fat melee creep at the moment. I'm really surprised that engagement up top didn't go more in favor of EG. Like, the Furion was TPing in right before the engagement happened. He's got an Orb of Venom. He can right-click, but a double stun from Sand King sealed their fate. And now Sand King moves down to the bottom lane with his good old pal Omni Knight.
Yeah, I'm sure Omni's not having a great time against Fear, who's playing a Viper currently. Even with Purification and Repel later on into the game, it's still going to be tough to line up against the poison attack. And he's level 4 now in Fear, too. Level 4 versus the level 2 of KP. And this is what we were referring to in the draft when we had the discussion about just dominant laners against somebody like an Omni Knight.
Yeah, perhaps the Sand King movement would be able to tip the scales in their favor, but with no levels, Sand King's not even going to bother. Not worth it at this point. And he actually TP's up top, but they know he's here.
KP is getting run down to the bottom lane. He still has his Purification. He's trying to pull the creep back. He, I think, is going to maybe try for a TP. I think he knows he's dead, actually.
He's totally dead.
Kaka gets the kill on Crit in the top lane. There's action happening all across the map in both lanes, top and bottom.
Yeah, very nice move from Kaka. He shows in the bottom lane, you know, shows his presence, TP's up top, and then just wraps around. Unexpected.
So Arteezy has 7 last hits. Offlane's not going the way he wanted to, perhaps. Kaka's done a good job rotating around and supports making sure that Arteezy doesn't get that much. And laning against a Tiny 2 is not going to be easy either.
Yeah, EG's lane setup's a little wonky at the moment because they have adapted to what Newbee have picked, which is good, and this happens. We're seeing it in the last hits on our Lifestealer player, only 8 so far, but we'll have time to catch up. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, the main goal of Fear, and I think Sumail in this game, will be to make things happen on the map. Once this Viper gets level 6, perhaps, once Sumail has enough Nether Blast levels to try to take some towers. The same thing could be said for SCCC, though. He's going to have his level 6 soon. He has Kaka coming in. They have the Burrow Strike. They will use it. He has Mangoes and Tangos to work with, but no Salve, no Fairy Fire to help him survive. Misery's TP is too little too late, but He'll get some experience in the mid lane, which I suppose is some sort of consolation. But down bottom, Fear is chasing KP, who does pop the repel, but now it is down. He has the level 1 purification. He's only level 3. Viper is level 6. He's already used the Viper strike, but Fear is still doing a lot of damage to KP. He's trying to kite as best as possible, and Fear is actually getting blocked by the creep. He has to eat his way through the trees, but he can't find KP, who hides himself into the tree line, and KP will survive.
Yeah, no kill, but look at how dominant he is in the lane, right? Omniad actually has no pressure at all in this lane. Omni's level 3 to Viper 6. So this is the price they pay, right? The Offlane Lifestealer, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. You know, it shuts down Newbee strategy. They won't be able to play off this Omni Knight Sand King duel. It's going to be all up to DK to make these early moves.
Yeah, he will have 6 soon. In the meantime, Rope moves to the top lane. Moogie's going to get chased down. The cast coming to Maledict down to crit. There's the lift as well. Misery coming in with the TP. He's got the tree ends. Crit getting a little bit low, and Moogie getting surrounded, but not enough. And Misery can't chase him down. They have to turn their attention to Faith instead, and now Crit trying to hide. Faith will go for the TP. Is it going to be in time? It will be. A great rotation for Misery, and a lot of damage being dealt by Arteezy and Crit, but it's not enough to secure the kill, and nice play from Newbee to get out of that situation.
Yeah, very well done. The tree block was almost there, but not quite.
But this will give Arteezy some room to work with. Exactly.
All they're doing is creating space so their cores can keep on farming. They're starting to take control. Look at this DK. Very sad in the mid lane at the moment. Not a whole lot he can do.
Yeah, these Nether Blasts have been rough. And Sumail starting to work on the tower, as you would expect. Once you get level 3 Nether Blasts, you can push in. And look, pressure is mounting at the top lane as well.
Yeah.
Double transfer Misery. Nature's Prophet is what he can do in early stages of this game. The Burrow Strike will come out. They've got the Dragon Tail in the mid lane. The Maledict, the Coconut flying through. And Sumail in some trouble. This is the life trade. He's looking for SCC. He's getting low. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get the kill. The Illusion's doing some work too. But there's the Burrow Strike, and Sumail finally gets turned around on the Fairy Fire, the last Nether Blast. But it won't save his life. Faith trying to get chased by EG, but they're too little too late with Crit, and Misery showing up. And SCC still Elder Dragon formed as well.
That was a very intelligent play from Newbee. They know they have no chance of defending this, and that Pugnut wants to play aggressive mid lane so that he can keep asserting his dominance, but leads up to a pickoff. I mean, he actually almost was okay. You know, EG thought he was dead, so they didn't TP in right away.
He's still doing well, even with that death. He's the top CSer.
Exactly, right? And it still led to EG taking top tier 1 tower. Everything is good for them right now.
I mean, this Nature's Prophet, he maybe is not involved in the most kills, but the Treants alone helped them secure that tower. And he can always head back and just farm the jungle with the Treants and allow him to get some extra farm to work with. But he's going to rotate mid instead, and they're going to start putting some pressure on this tier 1. And Sumail has dropped another blast or 2. Coconut Cast will keep on bouncing. SCC will get telekinesis up on the Faith. That will stun him. But the tier 1 tower is still getting assaulted. Kaka has been spotted. They ping him out as the scan comes in at the perfect time for the Radiant.
Yeah. And the effect of taking that early tier 1 tower top lets EG farm more of the map. Right? Look at how far up Lifestealer can play without really being in danger. Gives you more map control. And then you also have to deal with this Viper dominating the bottom lane. There's just a whole lot of points where they're applying pressure.
And I think this is where the big advantage is coming from, other than the tower taken in the top lane, is that Fear is level 8 to KP's 4.
Yes.
But I suppose that's what you expect with this matchup, though, Grex.
I mean, it's just such a difficult matchup. You have so many of these counter matchups, and this was your first pick Omni Knight.
And this is what you were worried about when they did grab it so early into the game.
Yep.
And now they will turn this into another tower push. The break is there. The Viper Strike, and KP is getting run down, but he does repel himself in time. Still in trouble. He has a TP scroll. I don't know if he's going to be able to use it, but Moogie knows that the dive is coming. The Fade Bolt. They also get that one auto attack off from Fear. And now Moogie's going to go from the tower. There's the Nether Toxin. They should have enough lockdown with Fear's auto attacks, but maybe not. They might be able to get away with more heroes coming in from Newbee. They're looking to turn this around. Kaka is here. He's got the Burrow Strike. Killing Fear would be huge. They've got Moogie coming in. The Dragon Tail from SCC, and they will secure the kill. The Viper will get dropped. And yes, they did bring down KP, but they don't even get the tier 1 tower in this bottom lane. In the meantime, mid lane, they're going to look for a lift. They've got the life drain, and KP might die again. It's going to be close. The life drain comes out as the repel is there, which means he will survive.
Game's quite the bloodbath mod. Action everywhere, and it feels like Newbee are the ones reacting to everything, right? They're not really the ones moving across the map, setting up the plays, and because of that, it just gives EG time to farm. All of a sudden, this Offlane Lifestealer has free farm and there's nobody that can really contest him. I guess now they're starting to make some moves, right? They have the Elder Dragon form up on DK, starting to damage this tower, but with Viper right in front of you, what can you really do? Dragon on dragon action line.
Yeah, they're trying. The Nether Dragon doing some work against the SCCC DK as the Viper Strike comes out. There's the break we were discussing in the draft, but it should be fine as he walks back. Mugi is there. They have the Avalanche. They have the toss back if they can get there, but Mugi's too slow. He's got the Coin Blade as the Sprout comes in, but Kaka's looking for a Burrow Strike to save his friend. I don't think he needs it. Mugi will just back up. They have the Voodoo Restoration. The Maledict is also ticking. The Fade Bolt comes out. Mugi getting lower and lower, but again, he will be fine. And it is going to give some room for KP in the top lane, and he desperately needs it at this point.
Yes, he does. He needs some alone time on the catch up.
He's not going to have so much alone time anymore. As the Open Wounds comes out, he will repel it off. He has the GA for KP. The ward to spot him without a blast, the Life Drain, the Infest out. It might be enough. It's close. The Life Drain takes off, but it's not going to be there in time. The GA coming in, KP trying to survive in any way possible. He actually has no mana for another Purification. Then another blast will come in, and that will secure the kill. GA was used for nothing for KP. He had to try, though, but EG will combine up with Sumail and Arteezy to secure the kill.
It was a bit of a weird move. I'm surprised he actually died in that engagement. There was an Observer ward that scouted him out, but he probably thought he wouldn't die. But, you know, it happens.
He had no help. There's no tier 1 tower. The tier 2 is pretty far with the Shrine. They couldn't get there in time. They were focusing their efforts in the bottom lane for Newbee, as they're about to do now with this smoke up. Faith and Mugi trying to find something.
This is what they need, but there's a tanky Viper. That could be their potential target. That could be an issue.
Yeah.
This guy is extremely difficult to find
Level
out.
3 Corrosive Skin. The magic resistance is there. Building a headdress next. Mugi is running in. Still invisible. He's got the tree ready to go.
Break, so now he knows.
Here is back at the tower, it seems. He's not walking up. He knows something's happening.
This is the problem. If they engage on him under the tower, then TP rotations come in. It's going to take Viper a long time to actually go down. EG could probably turn it.
And they're actually going to make a smoke play themselves with Sumail and Crit, trying to get some vision down, and also to come top and help Arteezy push the tower and maybe try to dive KP again.
I think once Newbee see Viper sitting in front of the tower, it's going to make them a bit nervous. They don't really want to commit to diving this. And EG know that. Look at this, making a play up the top.
And KP getting run down again. Purification Repel is available. He won't use it. They steal Purification for Crit, one of the best steals available, I'm sure. The level 4 Purification doing a lot of work, both healing and aggressively.
There you have Pugna, we have the Wagon, and
the Treants are coming, but SCCC is trying to turn this around. Burrow Strike, it's only on the Crit. The Epicenter will go. The Dragon Tail is there. The Purification comes out, and Crit will fall. Can they get more? Sumail getting chased down. Kaka, they got the Urn. Now the Nether Blast coming in, but the Death Ward, and Faith will secure that kill onto Sumail. They hold on to the tier 2 tower in the top lane. They get 2 kills. Not a bad engagement for Newbee at all.
No, very good defense. Being able to push them off after they move up so many heroes there. Very nice.
All right, well, it's still rough for KP, but getting that kill, getting to level 7, he has 1,000 gold now. He's got the abilities to work with. He would like to have more levels in Repel, I'm sure, but at this point, I think, as long as he can get some room to work with, but it's so hard when he TVs down bottom to try to deal with the Viper and the push coming in from Misery.
Yeah, you can't do a whole lot about that, but, you know, there are other things that are going well for you. Not like, look at Kaka's gold. 2,000 gold, super close to the Blink Dagger. Tiny, same thing, extremely close to Blink Dagger. And once they have these items, they'll be able to make so many more plays on the map.
As CCC has actually Shadow Amuleted and gotten away from Arteezy as the Open Wounds were going. That's another big item for Newbee, yeah, the Shadow Blade coming out. But the Blink Dagger from Kaka, you're right, it is super close. And he's going to get it with this stack if SCCC lets him have a couple of the last hits here. And then you can start making stuff happen. The Blink Initiation might have been what they've been lacking, as Mugi's trying to get 1-2, and Mugi's very close. The Burrow Strike will come out. They have Sumail coming in. They dropped another blast, Crit, with the lift, the Fade Bolt, the Breathe Fire, which was stolen as the D-Trap is there. That is a lot of damage against a Witch Doctor, and boy, does he die quickly.
Yep, they do get a Witch Doctor kill, but nothing really changes, right? He'll be back in 20 seconds. The game keeps going on.
Yeah, it just feels like EG have such map control at this point. They have a 2K lead. They don't have the most vision in terms of wards. They are starting to place some now in the top lane and trying to get to this tier 2 tower.
That's about to change, Mod. Check it out. Tiny with the Blink Dagger. Sand King setting up top, waiting for anyone on EG to push up just a little bit too far so they can jump.
This could be a big turnaround at the perfect time, too, because Arteezy is right near his Radiance. He's going straight Phase Wand Radiance. And it seems he's going to have it pretty soon, as long as he doesn't die. And it looks like they're going to try to make something happen top themselves. Maybe get some more gold for Arteezy if they can try to find a gank.
Yep, so Sand King just showed without his Blink Dagger, but now he has it. Well, now he is going to go get it, so maybe they won't expect it.
I think Newbee would want to smoke here with the double blink coming out for both him and Mugi. They just bought one in the Sand King. This might be the time to go for them. Viper is alone down to the bottom lane. He has the Helm of the Dominator. He is pretty tanky, like you mentioned about the corrosive skin. A very good ability. They actually pick up a Midas for KP. That's going to get him back into the game. But instead, Newbee will head towards the north. They're going to find Crit, a target that they really don't want. But they will find him. Telekinesis comes out. They've got the Dragon Tail. They've got the Burrow Trick. They've got the Breathe Fire. Crit will fall as the toss finishes him off.
Yep. Crit's teammates thanking him for that one, tanking the smoke gank.
KP getting auto attack down. I think Viper Strike was already used. No, he actually had it. He just held on to it knowing that they wouldn't be able to get the kill even with the Viper Strike.
But now the game changes a bit. There are 2 Blink Daggers up for Newbee. It's going to be much more difficult for EG to play in these dangerous parts of the map because they can just get jumped and exploded. So they have to play a bit more passive in terms of farming aggressively, pushing out lanes really far on the map.
Yeah,
and also look at that, Shadow Blade for SCC.
And that's more initiation that maybe they aren't expecting for EG. I mean, Arteezy has been like up here in the top lane just farming alone because you know he can always rage even against some of these heroes. But if they have Blink, if they have Shadow Blade, it's a lot harder for Arteezy to survive a 2 or 3 man gank.
Exactly.
Viper Strike bottom, KP will purify himself, and now the TP's coming, and now they're looking for this Viper. The DK is there, he's got the Dragon Tail, he has the Elder Dragon form, he will pop it, they get off the repel, as Triple C is still going with the Breathe Fire, they've gotten the kill, Misery gets cock on the back lines, but Fear will still drop, and that is going to be the Mugi Tiny picking up the last hit.
Newbee are online bot. They have so much catch, so much map control, and just with these items, but EG, you know, they've got some big items coming up too. Radiance almost online for Lifestealer. That is definitely a big game changer.
So people have been talking about this build, I think.
Yep.
And I'm curious about the Radiance. I mean, it's obviously a good item, but why on Lifestealer? Why first? Why not get something like an Armlet? Is it just to stay kind of into the game and be able to farm quicker?
That is a big part of it. Just the farm speed from the item.
The Infest obviously later on will help out too.
Yep.
But he's up to the top net worth hero in the game for EG.
I like Radiance on Lifestealer. It feels very good. There are a lot of team fights, especially later on into the game, where you just end up getting kited the entire time. And we also talked about Lifestealer not having the best vehicle this game.
Right.
Right, so he's going to have difficulty getting on top of these key targets. Lines up nicely, especially when you're playing against so much initiation. What happens when you're just in a creep? You know, we don't want to go on you at all. You can just sit there, and it also complements the whole push aspect of Pugna, Viper, and Furion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of synergy there.
Clear out the creep waves, split push more for Arteezy like he's been doing in the top lane.
Exactly. You can just stand in the front lines and be big in one wall that the enemy can't get around.
And actually, the Helm of the Dominator might be the vehicle that we've been looking for Arteezy for Viper.
Yeah.
Start sending that creep around and just be kind of annoying for Newbee. They are pinging a lot in this top jungle. They dropped the sentry because they thought there was a ward there. And there's one close, but it's not in the location they thought it was, which is a little unfortunate for Newbee. And we'll miss out on the D ward. It's actually right next to their own personal ward, but now Newbee will move together down to the bottom lane. This tier 2 has taken a lot of damage over the course of this game. It's only 17 minutes in. Their tier 2 towers, both top and bottom, are about to fall with 1 or 2 more Nether Blasts per tower.
Newbee has spent the last 35 seconds-ish looking for any key pickoffs, trying to make some moves on towers, but they can't find a pickoff, so they just run down mid.
And as Triple C will get some pressure on the tier 1. Crit was looking for a lift. He does have it. He's got the Burrow Strike as well. The Fade Bolt comes in first. They have the Shadow Blade. They need detection. They drop the sentry down, so they have the vision. The open moves comes in. I don't know if they have dust. If they've already used it, it looks like they didn't. And as Triple C also gets repelled, and that will keep him alive. Even with KP not having the most farm, he still has a pretty big impact. The Viper Strike coming in, though. The Viper is here. He's already used the poison attack along with the Viper Strike. It's a lot of damage to the break coming in. The Fable, they zap him down. Sumail was there as well with the Decrep Nether Blast. More than enough damage to bring this DK to his knees. And now they will pressure another tier 2 tower. This one was untouched, but not for long, as it's about to get dropped down and be the first tier 2 tower of the game that they take.
What was that Dark Soul Summoner? The net.
The Ensnare. The way to counter the repel. It's one way to keep him in there, in that fight. Still only level 3 repel for KP, and EG are trying to put some pressure and finish this game early. They have the tier 3 damage coming in. The Nether Blast will go. There is no clip for the Dire. Mugi getting open wounded. Arteezy has the Radiance. The Radiance burn is going. Arteezy still pretty tanky. He's got the Infest to worry about as well. The Viper Strike coming in from Fear, now on to Faith, who will get dropped down. Goody. Epicenter from Kaka doing some work for the Life Drain. The Nether Blast, they turn it right around. They get the kill. It's 3 dead for Newbee. SCCC has finally respawned, but they are working on the racks at this point, and it's just going to be a couple more Nether Blasts to get this full set of racks down.
Is this a repeat? Are we watching a replay?
EG, it seems that they might have Newbee's number at this point. They are about to take it the first set of racks, but it's only the first set of racks. Yes, it is a 7K lead. It is not over for Newbee, but that is pretty rough for them at this stage of the game.
They've completely broken the game wide open there. I mean, that was effortless. All they had to do was walk up, casually blast it. They can't walk past this Lifestealer, and then they kind of panicked, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, people are scrambling. How do we approach this?
They couldn't really walk up. Mugi was just getting auto attacked by the Viper.
Yeah.
This is where Viper does his best work. When you have this significant advantage at the beginning of the game, you can do so much against the opposing cores. You hit so hard with poison attack, even with treads. You have level 2 Viper Strike. He's about to have an Aghanims, but now they're going to find a SCCC with Shadow Plated in. There's the Repel coming out. There's the Burrow Strike, but it's only on to Crit. Crit will fall. Looks like, no, the Sandstorm comes in. He survives, but not for long. Mugi will flip him down. He will buy back and try to get into the fray. Misery, the Sprout is up. Mugi's low, and so too is Kaka. The Life Drain comes out. The Spell Steal's there. The Burrow Strike will keep him alive momentarily, but it's 2 dead for Newbee, and now they're looking for more for EG. It's 3 as KP gets dropped down, and EG will head into the Roach Pit and pick up this Aegis.
Man, EG just hit these power spikes, and they have the lineup to keep extending their advantage, right? They can really force the issue with all this building damage. These summons, they'll tank the power up. Roshan's essentially free after that fight.
There is no concern about Newbee contesting this.
The way they've shaped their lineup lets them just keep going. Once they get that small advantage, they can really extend it with those Pugna Blasts and all that.
The green strat is clearly working for Evil Geniuses. 1 set of racks up, 7K lead. They did have to buy back in that last fight. I believe it was on Misery, who did use it. Actually, it was a Crit, sorry.
You know, the window where Newbee looked really strong was when they picked up those double blink daggers at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But they couldn't find anything with them.
EG felt like they backed up for that portion of the game. Arteezy didn't farm as up as he did previously in the top lane, so they couldn't find him.
The big move was Crit. He tanked the smoking. You know? And then once you see these 4 heroes, you're like, oh, all right, we're just going to go play with Viper now.
Just being in the right place, the right time for Crit to make sure they don't lose their Arteezy, Lifestealer, or any other big core on their team. Sumail has a Kaya. He has picked up an Aether Lens. We haven't really talked about items, but they have a lot of them on Evil Geniuses. And again, Newbee, they have these Blink Daggers. They have a Midas for KP, but I'm not sure they're going to last that long. Evil Geniuses will try to deward on the high ground, limit Newbee's vision, and take control of this map. And they will do that by grabbing the last tier 2, the last outer tower of Newbee. And now the high ground pressure will come, and it's so non-committal, Brax. They have the Nether Blast, they have the Viper who can walk in and out.
That's right. This lineup and their way of sieging forces Newbee to engage onto them. EG don't have to dive, they can just sit here, zone, look at Lifestealer's position.
Good burrow, it's on to 4. Can they find the follow-up though? Kaka's getting a little bit keeping them alive. EG are all fine. Arteezy looking to turn around, looking for Mugi. They're on the run at SCCC. They've got the Guardian Angel. They will at least push EG back for now. The Infest out. Arteezy looking for space, but there's the Dragon Tail. Now they jump back in. They want Arteezy, but he's got the Aegis. The Nether Blast. It's a lot of damage. The Toss back. Arteezy's still going to work on SCCC. Getting run down, but the Repel will keep him alive. And now they go back to work on this bottom set of racks, and it's about to be 2. That is a lot of Newbee spells going to waste. They can't quite find anything. The Burst Strike is still going. The Epicenter was used. The Guardian Angel not finding much work for Newbee. They keep everyone alive, yes, but they lose the buildings, and now they might lose more. SCCC is broken. He's got the Viper Strike. That is GG. Another quick victory for Evil Geniuses against Newbee. 23 minutes in.
Woo! Man, we just hit a point where it was night and day when it came to